Watch what's about to happen here. That was a video of Emiru, one of the largest women on Twitch and the internet in general, being openly assaulted at her TwitchCon meet and greet as Twitch security stood by and did nothing about it. I want to talk about it today, not only as a woman in this industry and someone who's been on Twitch for years and has recently been talking more with people at Twitch for how to further launch my channel, and this response to how you handle the women you work with is very disappointing to see. Also, as a woman in general on this earth, this is what it's like, right? Every other big Twitch streamer dropped out of TwitchCon this year because they had concerns around their own safety. So before we break it down, as always, make sure you like, rage, comment, repost, and follow along for more. So a lot has happened over the last few days. If you don't already know, Emiru is one of the largest women on Twitch. And unlike the other women of her size who had major safety concerns and decided to bow out of TwitchCon this year, she decided to trust Twitch and go anyways. She was contracted to do this meet and greet where a random man who was not authorized to be there went up and tried to kiss her, and Twitch did nothing about it, and their responses have been disappointing. So as I read through her Twitter response, I'm going to fill in the gaps with some of the other stuff and live she's done since then, giving us more information to fill in the gaps. It's important to note that not only does she spend $10,000 of her own money to bring her own security, which Twitch should already be providing, but last year Twitch banned her personal security for doing their job and detaining a man who was stalking her until the police showed up. So it also sounds like she had to hire different security that she was less comfortable with this year. But yes, as we shall, this man walked across multiple barriers. He was not signed up for this meet and greet, and so he pretty much just pranced up there, grabbed her in the face, and tried to kiss her. Twitch pretty much stood by and did nothing, and the security we saw jump in that video was her own security that she paid to bring. None of the staff came over to ask what happened, and it sounds like her manager pretty much took over at this point. They did see later was Twitch security making jokes about it and laughing at it. Now it's basically her team working with the police to try and find this guy because they haven't, yet Twitch put out a statement immediately saying they caught the guy, when allegedly they literally just let him walk off. They didn't stop him or do anything. And then Twitch said they were just going to ban him for 30 days. They claimed they were going to up security and offer more, and then continued on partying throughout the night like nothing had happened. Her team obviously was upset about that. They pressured to up the ban, and they couldn't track down anyone who was offered this more security. So her team actually did offer some of the other women there some of their own security. Again, I cannot highlight enough. It sounds like she and her team are stepping in here to do all of the stuff Twitch should be doing for these women, because this is the reality of being a woman who is a public figure. You cannot post where you're going. You cannot do meet and greets anymore. You are a high risk, and she's right. I think about it all the time as someone at my size who gets so many threats still but cannot afford any security measures. Sometimes it is straight up terrifying.